I personally can't stress enough how much I genuinely don't like talking about religion. I don't like talking about religion because like the way that I grew, like first of all, black, southern. I grew up in, I grew up with the church kind of like literally within me, so to speak, because my great grandfather and my great great grandfather, if I'm not mistaken, they were both pastors, right? They were both. It was like supposed to be like a family business thing, and it just sort of didn't take. But also, like as I like the older I like once I at my childhood, my mom would try to find a way to sort of put me into, different churches and stuff like that. We'd move, and my mom would try to find a church and get us to be a straight church for, church folk, right? And we just and once again didn't stick. But in the process of me trying to sort of avoid religion, I started to actually get to a little bit into church culture. And the thing is that like what people tend I feel like people tend to get it wrong a little bit because it's really easy to why is this why this is weird, this is crazy to me, whatever. But like people I feel like people tend to act like religion, church, God, Jesus, and the Bible are all just like one big just they think that it's like they think that these are all just a recipe to make the cake, but it's like no, you just have different ingredients and you're literally just using different ingredients, and you're just looking at all the ingredients and going, that's the cake. You know what I'm saying? You're not mixing the stuff up. But and the reason and these are all just ridiculously different things. Okay, um, but because I know a little bit about church culture, I don't really like talking about it too much because one thing about religion, especially like on the internet, is that there's a lot of like first of all, religion in itself is a whole bunch of messages. The initial message in almost all of religion has always been treat people how you want to be treated. That's always been the whole thing about religion. It's just treat people how you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? Just basically be kind, be nice. You know what I mean? The problem is that like people, have managed to take that message and like just misconstrue it and just mess it up and just twist it into their own personal thing to sort of satisfy their own agenda that is like is now become this weird non-form collection of just gobbledygook that you've ever that like that people people just can't even seem to try to agree on actually means anything anymore. And now you got people out here purposely using these misinterpretations and these misunderstandings and trying to profit off of them. That's one of the big reasons why I like. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about the reasons why I am not really a church going guy, or at least because here's the thing, I actually am a little bit religious. I actually am reading the Bible. I actually do believe that there's a God, and I actually do believe that there's a heaven and a hell. I do kind of, like I said, these are things that I was indoctrinated to believe, so I'm not really trying to unlearn them because I don't think there's anything wrong with me knowing these things. But like I have been away from the church long enough to not get brainwashed by whatever it is that they give me. And because of that, I can see certain agendas being pushed. Like I'm the kind like I truly do like the reason why I'm so skeptical is because of the fact that I had the opportunity to be mistreated while I was in the church. I had the opportunity to get mistreated in general. So I didn't have to so I couldn't just blind myself to getting mistreated and going, oh well, I couldn't just blind myself to getting mistreated and going, oh well, this thing is still beneficial for me in some fashion. I'm too busy carrying a grudge about the fact that some kid in church picked on me, and that made me just completely see church in a completely different way. You see what I'm saying? Like but that's just my take. You know what I mean? Like but the reason why I'm talking about this is because of the fact that like first I want to talk about how I got out. I got out of the Bible trap, the church trap, whatever you want to call it. I got out of it because like television is ultimately what sort of manipulated my perspective on like what church was, because the TV shows that used to come on I used to watch back in the day used to try to make church out to just be this awesome place where people went to actually like do good things. So there would be like a lot of TV show episodes where the church will like host like fundraisers to like build homeless shelters or do like fundraisers to help people who just happen to be in the congregation or stuff like that, or they'll just be a place where you can go to rest your head at night if you didn't have a place to go. You know what I'm saying? It was just things like that. But it was like then you go into church in real life and it's like, oh, it's not like that at all. Like, to put this in perspective, churches lock their doors at night. And granted, depending on how bad the neighborhood is, it's kind of necessary to do that. But like the whole idea is that like, churches don't lock their doors because it's open to anyone at any time, day or night. You know what I'm saying? The whole idea is that it's supposed to be like this community driven place that people can go to whenever they feel like nothing else is going right or whenever they feel lost or something. You see what I'm saying? And it's just kind of wild that that's not the case in most scenarios. You see what I mean? It's crazy to me. Now, so that was one thing that kind of it was a lot like the image that they were trying to show me on television was not doing anything for the real thing. It's not like, the idea is whoever was making these TV shows dedicated to making these churches look good didn't expect me to actually go to the church and ask, why aren't they doing this? You know what I'm saying? Also, to get a little personal here, another reason why I kind of fell out of the religion trap is because my mama beat the religion right out of me. I don't know what it was that she did. I don't know what it is that I did to get the whooping that I got. But my mom was just whooping me like crazy. Just wham, wham, wham. It felt like hours, man. But it could have been 10 minutes, but to a child, 1 minute of whooping, it may as well be like your whole life, right? But I just remember during this whooping, I'm just praying to God, please get this woman to stop. Mom is still making it very clear that Mom is making it very clear that she's stronger than God right now. And then at some point during the whipping, I said, at least get her to tell me what it is that I did to get this whooping. You know what I'm saying? And my mom silent and just whooped me the whole time. So imagine going to church after that and being like, dude, you really just saw me get my butt whooped for no reason and did nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of made me, that sort of shook my faith a little bit. The reason why I'm talking about religion and I'm talking about faith right now is because of the fact that at some point seeing the stuff that Marvin Sapp is doing doesn't surprise me. Because for those who don't know, Marvin Sapp barricaded the doors in his church and basically told his congregation to give him, just basically told them to give him money. He said, let's barricade these doors until you guys give me the money. And the first thing that went through my mind is, yeah, that's par for the course, yeah. Because what we tend to forget nowadays is that the religion can be a grift. I'm not saying that it is a grift. I'm saying that it can be a grift. And it's very, very, very sad how people tend to take advantage of the folks in religion, because a lot of people don't go into religion because all of a sudden they just like God. You know what I mean? It's not a fascination for religion. For a lot of these people, they go into religion because they're at the end of their rope. They go into religion because they feel lost. They feel hopeless. They feel abandoned. And one of the things that is always sort of being taught is that if you ever feel lost, or if you ever feel you're abandoned, or if you ever feel if you ever feel like you need anything, come to faith, come to the church, right? And that was always the thing. And that's the thing that kind of always stressed me out, because it was if you're going to do that, then if you're going to promote yourself in such a way, then don't take advantage of the people that show up. Because a lot of people who get into religion, they do it because they're fighting demons, be it narcotic, mental, financial, spiritual, physical, emotional. And you will be they're going to this place to get their questions answered and to receive help. And so it's so when you got people who are going into this place to receive help, and the message is, well, for the low price of ... you know what I'm saying? That's not how you respond to that sort of stuff. You see what I'm saying? And that's the part that kind of really stresses me out when it comes to this sort of thing. But it's the sad part is that by that logic, you should be asking yourself, why are churches making money in the first place? You see what I mean? But that's none of my business. That's neither here nor there. But it is something that we do need to like have a conversation about. We need to have conversations about like A, where the money is, where's that church money going, and B, why isn't where it should be going. You know what I'm saying? It's like I will always say tax the churches. But the fact of the matter is that like it should go even further than that. That's community money. It should go back to the community. It's just that simple. It's like if we're going to if that's going to happen, it has to go to something, and it should stress everybody out that it kind of hasn't already. Like I say, like once, like I'm just gonna say this, like I'm gonna give y'all my personal like what I would do if I had a church, specifically a mega church, because a lot of times people tend to forget that like a lot of churches don't earn that much money because like churches in poor areas don't earn that much money. They earn money, just not that much. But like I'm just speaking for me. Like if I had mega church money, if I had a mega church and mega church money, first thing, number one, right here. You ready for this? An apartment complex for homeless people. Boom. Give homeless people homes. You're good. That's step one right there. Kind of like sponsored by my church. Heck, I'm making my own 15-minute city if I do that. You know what I'm saying? But number two, and this is a big one. You ready for this? You ready for this? Fish sandwiches. I call it Fish Sandwich Fridays. You know what I mean? Where you can like go over to a place that I just happen to have, and every Friday, like you have like first of all, it's gonna always offer up free food, but like on Fridays you got fish sandwiches because Jesus Christ fed a whole bunch of people with fish and bread. Fish sandwiches Friday. You know what I'm saying? Just a perfect allegory for that Bible story. Number three. This is one of the other things I'm gonna do. I will also help. I will also help. Do scholarships for people who are majoring in chemistry. Jesus' first miracle was turning water into wine. Right? That's chemistry. You know what I'm saying? That's chemistry. Jesus Christ was a chemist. That just seems like a cool thing. Well, why would you do that instead of a distillery? Why would you do that instead of a distillery? Because I believe that alcohol is dangerous. Another thing that I would do, number 4, if you are going into being an eye doctor, bless you again. If you decide to ever like go into an eye doctor, then yeah, I'm hooking you up with that as well because Jesus Christ cured blindness. I'm going to give you money for trying to do what he does. Bless you again. I got sniffles. But the fact of the matter is that like the whole idea is that like, if I got mega church money, people are getting taken care of. Things are getting helped. Stuff is getting done. You know what I'm saying? And you probably might be telling yourself, bless you again. Now, if you just happen to be like, and you probably might be telling yourself, yeah, it's easy for you to say that because you don't even have it right now. Well, if you were to get it, then you'll be greedy just like them. No, I wouldn't. I know what it's like to be poor. To put this in perspective, I earn money doing YouTube. But because I don't earn enough money to do YouTube, I still have a job right now. I just got a job recently. It's a whole thing about that. You followed it. But the fact of the matter is that, like, in my brain, I just don't think that it makes sense to be greedy. And even if I was a greedy, corrupt person who was actively trying to harm people for my own personal gain, what sense would it make for me to harm the people that I want to help me? You see what I'm saying? Like, wouldn't it make more sense for me to help people knowing that they will help me back instead of me, like, just robbing them? Because I'll always say this, being evil is dumb as heck. Because anybody can hurt anybody else to make themselves feel better. But it takes a genius to help everybody without hurting anyone. So it's like, I would rather be smarter and try to help more people than I hurt than be dumber and just hurt everybody just because it's fun to hurt people. But that's what I'm saying, though, y'all. It's just like, but like the whole Marvin Sapp situation, that's par for the course. And that should make you question churches because he just did something blatantly that most churches probably do on the regular, probably do pretty often themselves. Also, quick heads up, completely out of context here, but we need to learn about cults. As a society, as a people, we need to learn about cults. We need to learn about what cults are, what leads up to them, what are signs that you might be in a cult. We need to learn about cults because a lot of times, specifically, I want to say American culture is a lot of cults. With that being said, man, just love, spread love, spread peace, spread happiness, be kind to each other, love each other. Just remember, you're not just a person. You are an experience. You can either choose to be a good experience or a bad experience or no experience at all. And I definitely recommend to not be the bad experience. We have way too many people out here suffering and catching heck on a regular basis. Why would you want to continue to be a +2 on somebody's bad day? If you don't want to actually spread any love or peace or kindness or whatever, then just leave people alone. It's just that simple. We're all going through it right now. Either help people or go away. And I feel like everybody should say that from now on. You're either going to help me or be nice to me or you're going to go away. Everybody should be allowed to have somebody that is kind to them with absolutely no repercussions and absolutely no cruelty whatsoever. And if somebody can't provide that for you, shrug them off. I'm rambling, but that's it. Like I said, that Warren Sapp, not Warren Sapp, Bob Sapp, no, Marvin Sapp. There's a lot of Sapps, bro. That Marvin Sapp thing, yeah. Once again, like just keep an eye out because he's not the only guy doing stuff like that. Okay. Alrighty, I'm out. Love, peace, happiness, safety, and care to every single one of y'all. And until next time.